Hello, I'm Chris Lapadoulos, Thanastasiopoulos. This is Man Free World. And today I wanted to talk about the two levels of psyops used by the elite. And yeah, I see this come up a lot. I've been listening to a little bit more secondhand politics from a little bit from Tucker Carlson, a little bit, because he's been talking about the UFO stuff lately. So I've been listening to him talk, and he rebroadcast some of these news clips. Also, what's it Jimmy Dore, he also has stuff on there. So I've been listening to a lot more like political um podcast type stuff lately, and I've been noticing this dual language. I was like, is there a word for this dual language stuff? Words, with there's dual language, dual meaning words with opposite meanings, like the same word, but there'll be two meanings, two completely opposite meanings. And we've all heard of homonyms and antonyms, but it's a contronym. I asked this question to my English teacher if there was a word for this, and she said there wasn't. I'm like, oh man, that bitch lied to me. She lied to me. Yes, there's definitely a bunch of them. Sanction. Oh, so the ones that show up a lot: sanction, custom, customs. Let's see. Overlook. Of course, the left, but they usually not use that double meaning. Although they could, they definitely be on it. So one of the techniques of these cults is there's a language for the elect, and there's a language for the rest of the others, the non-elect, the hoi polloi, the madding crowd. And I'm kind of under the impression that English, I'm not sure how many other languages have this feature, but it seems like there's two layers to a lot of things in the English language. Um, and so here's some more of them. A contronym. What is a contronym? And so like apology. It's a state of contrition for the action or defensive one. So you can apologize and say I'm sorry, or you can be apologizing for someone else doing something. So yeah, here's another bill. How many bills are passed? Okay, one it's a payment. It's also an invoice. All right, so we have so many of these things in the language that I do believe that this is intentional. It's built into the language. I'm not sure if, like I said, I don't know if other languages. I've been studying Spanish. It doesn't seem to have this, so at least so far, it may. Let me know in the comment section if you know this is a thing. But the secret societies use this. So another one they use to love is they love to use is we. We need this. We need that. Anytime you hear a politician or some leader say, "We got to do this," we got to remember he's talking to two different people and two different levels of conversation. One is for the insiders, and if it's anything good, it's it'll be for the insiders only. And if it's bad, he'll be referring to the other connotation, which is the hoi polloi or the rest of everybody else. Here's another one. Spending money on education is investing in humanity. This is such charged language. Like education of what? So I'm going to do a video that's going to be called The Age of Mislabel and Cope. I believe I kind of know, I have lots of evidence to show that we're in an age of mislabeling shit and coping with the mislabel. Like this whole thing about education, we didn't get like if you went to public school, you didn't get education. You got indoctrinated. They had 12 years to give you some skills. You came, most people now, for sure, now come out of high school with they can barely read, much less skills. So, and there's also humanity. This is another one, another weasel word. There's multiple meanings for humanity. And when they refer to like humanity, I mean they're a little elect crew of special anointed, and then but the rest, but everybody else is not human, so they don't count. So yeah, so this is just more of this kind of stuff, and I just want to make people aware that there's two levels that they usually are speaking, and just assume if it can be interpreted a bad way, some way that it gives them benefit and like it costs you somehow. That's what they mean. That's what they mean. They don't really. Everything's about power for this crew that's involved. That's in power now, and calling the shots and taking over the airwaves and acting like complete morons. Who knows what's gonna happen? But there's definitely just remember when they talk about we, it's like who's this we? Which we? Who are we talking about here? I remember that there's a word for it. It's called where's dual and opposite meanings? A contronym. That's the word for the day.